Good afternoon, Joff back again from Mo Hotel Adventures, and I'm back with you this week. My blog last week on the wheel changing went pretty well. I had quite a few views on that, which I was pretty happy about. So it looks like that's the kind of content that you guys kind of like at the moment. Bit of information and stuff like that. And I think we had a few subscribers this week as well, which is a really good thing. So happy days on that one. Thank you very much. And hope you will, anybody that hasn't seen any of my videos, I hope you will subscribe in the future and catch out some of our information, good or bad, because so we've had a fair bit of experience motorhome and stuff, so we've learnt a few things along the way, so it's always good to pass on that kind of information to other people. Anyway, without further ado, today I've got three little topics I was going to be talking about. The first one is, which I've got some stuff here to show you in a minute, which is electrical leads. We kind of started out, and like most people do in the UK, I think, we ended up with them like orangey kind of leads that are quite thin really, and we used to, I think I had a couple of different sizes at one stage or another. I had a long one, put it on a big roll, but as time went on I used to sort of like pull it out, and it was always like a big coil, and it was getting stiff. You go in the hot countries and it gets like really hard, the plastic gets really hard and brittle, and even the casing can split open, so beware. So in the end we upgraded. When we were going abroad, and obviously, I think obviously in England you see a load of these orange leads scattered all around the campsites all over the place, and sometimes I think they can look a bit untidy really. And we were sort of like travelling abroad, going on campsites and seeing a lot of the foreign guys, and they were using these like lovely black wind out reels, all lying it out round, beautiful, no stress or nothing, no hassle. But me, with me big coil, they must have thought, typical English guy, trying to stretch it out, not going to make it safe so no one's going to trip over it or whatever. So so I've got these some of our electrical equipment I'm going to show you in a minute, and then I'm going to show you my covers for my fridge vents. So I don't know if anybody's come across these before, because I'm kind of like talking like, I know a lot of you guys that may watch motorhome videos and stuff know all about this stuff, but anybody that's coming along, newbies that don't know about this stuff, it's kind of like what we've kind of learnt along the way. And so about these fridge covers that go behind the ventilation vents on your motorhome for you. They cover the back in, so in the winter time they make your fridge work more efficiently. And one thing that I do love actually is in the winter time, because I had another motorhome and I didn't have any vents on it, and it was sat where I park it, and we were having these like really bad rain, wind, and it was kind of like getting like a funnel effect. And I think a lot of the rain ended up going like vertical into the back of our fridge, and it didn't do it a lot of good. We had to get a repair. The guy was like, you've got a lot of water in here, and eventually, I'm like, I need to get. So they did at that stage. They did a modification on the back. There was a modification on that fridge. That was a Dometic fridge, I think, and now we're running a Thetford. This was Dometic, and they've got the repair done in Germany. It was under warranty at the time because it wasn't that old. The motorhome wasn't that old, and we were like, my God, the fridge is packed up on the trip, and so we went in and got it sorted out under warranty. And the guy actually installed this modification to cover in the back, and from that day on, I was kind of like, that's why I need them covers in the winter as well, because when it's left like dormant, just get them covers on and stops that weather coming in. So so after that, I'll show you the covers in a minute, and then after that, the third thing I was going to show you today is the gas low bottles, the connector on the side of the motorhome, and the little adapters that you put on for different countries. So here we go. So the cable that we have, this is the cable we have on a reel. I'll pull it out in a minute so you can see it. It's a 25 metre lead on this reel thing, and it is thick wiring. The millimetres of the wires inside are 2.5 thickness, which gives you can draw loads of amperage through it, so it doesn't cause any problems with the amount of draw and the stuff that you put on it. And so basically that will plug into the motorhome, And on this one, obviously I've bought it abroad, so you've got outlets for continental plug sockets as well. This one here has got a little lock on the back, so you can lock it off when you've reeled it up, so undo that, so then it'll just basically unwind, no problem at all. So just chuck that back in there, and you can see what's going on. So that is so what you do is you plug that into your hookup, and then you get a little patch lead. I'll show you the patch lead in a minute. I've got a couple of different size patch leads. So then you can put this wherever you want. If you want to just patch it onto your motorhome and you're not worried about external power supplies for anything else, occasionally I'll have this in my awning, and then I'll use a longer patch lead, which I'll take on this one. Again, this is like super thickness cable, and that will then, it will basically plug into that one, and then I can have this wherever I want and then plug that into the motorhome. So that's my one that I can keep this in my awning, plug into the hookup, and then I have this in my awning to run different bits and pieces. If I want to run my induction hob, if I want to run my toaster, my air fryer, sometimes I have my air fryer out in the awning and do some stuff. So that's my longer patch lead. And then I've got a separate box here with other electrical. I tend to keep this box for just electrical stuff. So there's the shorter lead. So if I just want to plug on, if I want to plug onto the hookup with this one and then just patch it onto my motorhome, I can just plug that onto the motorhome, and that will send the supply straight into the motorhome then. And that's good. So a quick hookup, no problem. And also with this one, you can get extra length if you need extra length. We've been to different places where sometimes 25 meters is not enough, so you can patch that on, patch on another lead, join it all together, and have a really long supply. So that's another little bag I'll show you in a second. So here we have another. This is another lead. I've got some various different leads because obviously if you're abroad, sometimes you might have a European socket, so then you can plug into that and then patch on your lead with the motorhome, which is patch lead. There's my header one. Can get a bit complicated, but it's all good fun. So basically that then will go into there. So if you get to a place, occasionally we've been to an odd one, just trying to think of a couple that we've been to, you get some, sometimes some rural campsites and you think, oh, look, there we go. So you've got your connector, and this is again a nice heavy duty one. I think I've got an old, so an English one that you normally get from a camper shop in the UK is something like that. And it's been okay, it's been fine, but I've literally upgraded to this heavy duty. And hoping, so okay, a little bit more expensive in the long, but it's going to last so much better. And the amount of times that we're using it and stuff, and this does get a bit brittle. I've had this, I think I've repaired this before. One of the wires inside came off and wasn't so good, and we were like, well, it's quite tacky. But this one, bought it abroad, bought it in Germany. Some of the German camper shops have got all this equipment. Brilliant. So that's my little European patch lead, and that old one that I still carry. What else have we got? So maybe if you get the odd occasion in the UK where you want to couple on, if you go and visit some friends, maybe some of that, and they say, do you want to hook up? And obviously they haven't got an electrical hookup point outside the house, but they've got a plug, so you can plug in and extend your power supply that way. So that's another one we've got. That's my little electrical box full of goodies. Another European extension, because if you buy an electrical, we've got a foreign toaster, so we bought it abroad, and then I can plug that in there. Although my toaster will plug right in there, but if you want that little bit of extension, so in your awning, and then you can fire that on wherever. Just gives you that flexibility. The other one I've got here is, which I think this is new actually, because I did have a different one to this, and I've changed it because the other one was a bit bulky. So I think the last motorhome show we went to, I just picked it up because I was like, oh, I can do it with the splitter. Because occasionally you might get to a motorhome park, French airs, typical favourite, not enough power supplies. So occasionally it'll be like, oh, he's on a hookup, but there's no more hookups left. So what we do, use the splitter, and then you can say, bonjour, monsieur, can I borrow your supply? And they're normally pretty good on it. They're really like, yeah, you get free electric, same as what we are. Because sometimes we've had like free electric, and most Frenchies and stuff like that, they're really obliging, and so that gives you that little flexibility again, and so bit of free power. So, or it might even be a couple of euros, who knows. But if you've got it, if you've got that splitter, got the splitter, got some different leads, and then you're all like set up to cover every angle. So I hope that's a little pointer. So this is the vent we're talking about. And in here there's a couple of little, undo them, comes off. And these are the protectors we're talking about. So this is a Thetford fridge. So these are Thetford ones. And they just sit in there. But look how much protection they give it in here. If that was not there, and obviously the conventional cover was there, the water can get in there. And this is all electrical stuff here, so it can cause you a lot of problems. So just bear that in mind. And we just slip them in there like that, and right there, like that, and these covers here fit up from the bottom, just put in like that, and then lock in place. Hang on, if I can get it in properly. Just go up underneath there, like that. Clip in, there she is, that's it. Sorted. This is the locker for the gas low, so the two bottles sit in here, which you don't have to take them out all the time and keep refilling them back to the colour place, getting exchanged bottles. So the both bottles sit in here, nice and tidy, and the connection, so you just basically not have to worry about it. I literally keep the only time I open this these days is to get my toilet chemicals and stuff like that, which I normally keep up in these little fitted like that. Got the rinse that side and the chemical down there, so I keep it outside, so if there's any spillage it's not a problem. So there's the two bottles. So the connector on the outside is that one, and you can just take that off. I keep all my little European connectors, a little box. There they are, in the little boxes, in the little plastic containers, bags. So basically, depending on country, they will screw in there when you go into the garage. Screw in there depending on what fitting you got. Screw that on there, and the machine in the garage will just clamp on and hit the button on the machine and refill your bottles. And we found it absolutely incredible so far. It's been so value for money. The system is quite expensive to fit, but for us, and you just don't need to worry about running out of gas when you're abroad. So absolutely brilliant. So when you've finished at the garage filling up, you just remove that one, and I keep these under my driver's seat in a little box, so you know exactly where they're there all the time. So when you rock up in the garage ready for a refit fill, you can get to them really easily. Here's my talking about electrical leads. I've got this little this old one, that, so there's my old gas one that now I just use it home. So I've got one, and I just unplug it at home, and then I've got all my good ones with me. This one's really old, and it's really stiff. It's got really stiff, but it still does the job when I'm just sat at home. So that's okay. Okay, thanks for if you've watched this video today, thanks for watching it, and trying to put out some more maybe informative videos for you guys in the dormant time of lockdown. And but I'm determined to keep this blog going and try and keep it a regular kind of thing, because I know a lot of people like that regular, rely on that guy to come back and stuff and talk more rubbish. And I talk a lot of rubbish, but so anyway, yeah, I hope that's, like, you know, done some pointers today with the leads, the gas low, the vents. Like I said, we love them vents, the covers on them vents, because it just stops that, it gives you that protection inside the fridge. Brilliant. So hope that sort of inspires people to keep an eye on their fridges, because it's a valuable thing. You know, your fridge, if you get a problem and you've got to do anything to that fridge, it becomes mega money. So it's just one of those things that can probably save you a lot of money. And luckily, when we had ours repaired, it was under warranty, which they did the warranty job abroad, not a problem. Oh yeah, I've just, before I go, and I've had this come through the post this week. It's a one of these USB rechargeable barbecue kind of lighter things. I don't know if anybody else uses one. I haven't even opened the packaging yet. So if you do use one, give me the heads up and tell me how good it is. I usually have an old one that you just fire the gas in, and it's been getting a bit temperamental, and I've had it for a while, and I thought it's about time I traded up and got something a bit better. So I think this was about 15 quid, so I know it's not shit, but I'm like, yeah, USB looks a bit of kit, so looks good fun. Let's see what it's like. So and I'll probably give it a bit of a review after I've used it a bit. But if any of you guys have used one of these things, USB rechargeable lighter, give us the heads up. And yeah, I hope you found it informative. I'm not going to babble on any longer. I want to try and get some drone practice in today, because I need it. That's another thing I need. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you soon on the next video. Thank you very much. And hey, if you watched this and enjoyed it and want to see more future videos, hit the subscribe button, and much appreciated. Thank you very much.